with 50 Plus Beauty, and I'm so glad you're here with me to see my Lancome face. Now, the Lancome people sent me a few of these products, and I'll list them down below, but for the most part, they were products that I've had in my collection. Some of them I've been using for a long time. But before we get to that, if you're not a subscriber, I hope you'll subscribe and click the little bell. That way you'll be notified of my future videos and you won't miss anything. Now, let's get down to the fun stuff. Let me take off this makeup and we'll get started. Okay, let's get down to this. And before I put the foundation on, I'd like to show you two products, and I was actually sent these two products. The first is the Teinte Idole Ultra Wear in Peach, and the second is this Visionaire Eye Cream. One of the products I really liked. This other product I really did not like, but I'll show you a little bit what this peach corrector does. Maybe if you had a more tannish skin tone, it would work for you, but I just did not feel like it worked for me. I've been using these products the last few days, so I've got some experience with them. I'll just show you real quickly what it does. It's supposed to null out the under eye blueness that you have. And unfortunately, as you can see, and I really won't go too much further with this product, unfortunately it is very goopy and it is orange. So for me, this would not work. And in fact, I even tried it on different days, doing it very, very thinly and applying foundation over it, obviously, but still I could not conceal the kind of pumpkin color it's got going. Let's go ahead and take that one off. Now this next product though, I really, really liked. This is the Visionaire Eye Corrector, and they say it has Hydra Blur technology. And what that means is that they're saying that it blurs out your crow's feet and your fine lines, and that it kind of lifts your eyes and gets rid of a little bit of under eye sagginess. And I have been using this for the last few days. I'll try to get in here where you can see some crow's feet. It's a little hard under these lights, but basically I just pat it on underneath. And they do say that there's kind of an instant correction of this area, and that over 4 weeks, using it morning and night, just a little bit morning and night, that it has more permanent correction. I believe it does kind of blur out the fine lines and the crow's feet under the eyes, and really it helps your concealer go on more smoothly. No matter which under eye concealer I was using, it did seem to kind of soften those crow's feet, which I really did appreciate. Now let's go into the foundation. This is the Teinte Idole Ultra Wear Stick Foundation. It is in the color 270 Bisque, and I will tell you that I really do like Lancome foundations. In fact, I have another one that I wear regularly, actually two. One is the Lancome Dual Finish Powder Foundation, which I really enjoy that. And then there's another Teinte Idole Ultra Wear Liquid Foundation that I do wear. In fact, you've probably seen me wear it in videos. Now I'm just going to use my little artiste brush to smooth that out. And I've used this earlier this week, and I find that it really gives a nice smooth finish. And I would say it's a high medium to a full coverage foundation, which I really like that. As I've gotten older, I have little areas of redness and broken capillaries and things like that that I really do like to blur out if possible. And this is a very long wearing foundation. It says it gives you 12 hours, and I really feel like it did last all day for me without any touch-ups or anything like that. So let's go ahead and go in with some concealer. And this is the Lancome Effercernes Waterproof Concealer. And this is a little bit messed up because I've been using this for quite some time now. This is in the color Beige Neutral 3. Just kind of dab that on. And I just used my Sigma large concealer brush to kind of buff that in. There's that concealer. Now to powder that in a little bit, I'm going to go in with my Dual Finish makeup, which I have used for years. This is the Dual Finish Powder Foundation in 220 Buff. I don't happen to have any setting powder, but sometimes I just use a little bit of pressed powder on a big fluffy brush. And it just kind of sets that concealer. Go ahead and go over the eyes too. I do have some eyelid primer on there. Next, I'm going to go in with some eyeshadow, and this is the travel size of the Color Design palette in French Nude. So I'm just going to go in with that lightest shade and do a little bit on the eyebrow, or the brow bone, I guess. Just kind of brighten that area. I'm going to take that same color in and put a little bit in this darkness in the corner here. Next, I'm going to go in with my MAC 221 brush, and I'll be using this medium brown shade as a transition. It's going to go in there in a little arc motion. And always stay within the eyebrow area. Don't sag down here, or your eyes will sag too. We don't want that. These shadows are very soft and very buttery, and they blend very well. We're going to bring that down in the corner. Little fallout there. Now I'm actually going to bring this same color down on the lid in the back about half of the lid. On both sides. Next, I'm going to go in with this darkest color in the outer V with the Sephora Pro Shadow brush. It's a small version, which I really like this brush for the outer V. And always place it where you want the most color to begin with, which is the very outside corner. Wow, that's pigmented. And then bring it a little bit this way to darken up that transition. Other side. That is a pigmented shadow. Cover those fat pads. Now let's go ahead and blend that out. Other side. Now let's go in and do a little more lid work. Let's go in with this second lightest color here, which is this kind of pinkish tone. We're just going to pat that a little bit on that lid. Do the other side. And those two colors should just really meet. Now, you see how we have kind of a line of demarcation between the pink color and the very brown color. What we do to smooth that out is we go in with a little bit of this transition color, which is this medium brown, and just pat it over the line there. And then what it does is it just kind of blends the two colors. And that's a good way to use the transition color. Now we're going to be a little daring and put a little bit of shimmer on the lid too. So we'll go in with this little lightest color, which is the shimmer color, just with this little small brush. Just kind of dab that on there, just to give it a little bit of sparkle. Now to bring that darker color down under the eyelashes, we're going to be going in with this medium brown transition color. And I'm using my e.l.f. concealer brush, which I love. I'm just going to go down there right underneath and make sure to blend that up into the upper transition area. Now I'm going to soften that up with a little sponge. Now to bring a little lightness to the under eye area, I'm going to be going in with this Milani Under Eyes in Almond Cream. I know it's not Lancome, but I didn't have a Lancome stick. That just brings a little lightness. Now off camera, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeliner, and this is this Lancome Black Kohl Pencil. Next, I'll be going in with mascara, and I'll start with a Sil Booster Primer. And you just do one nice coat on your upper lashes. I guess you could do lowers too, but I think I'll ignore that right now. And it does go on white, but it gets covered up by the mascara. Next, I'll be going in with this Monsieur Big Mascara. They did send this to me, but I'm very excited about that because I've been hearing wonderful things about it. It's supposed to give you 12 times the volume. We'll see if it does. It has a nice big brush here. Oh my. One thing that impresses me, it's really not clumping up my lashes, which I'm amazed because mostly these false lash mascaras really give you a clumpy look. Oh my, that's only one coat. Those are some pretty lashes. I forgot to curl my lashes. Oh well, I usually do, but I will use my little metal eyelash comb and separate those lashes. I always like to go a little bit on the outside just to make sure those outer lashes are flipped out. That cat eye. Now it's time for blush, but I didn't have any Lancome blush, so I'm going to go in with my Lancome lipstick, kind of like we used to do in high school. And this is the Color Design lipstick in Designer Bloom. Just gonna take that and dab that on. Well, they say cream blush makes you look younger anyway. And this is kind of what this is a little cream blush, and you know it will exactly match my lipstick. It's kind of pretty. Other side. That actually makes a very pretty blush. Now I'm going to go in with just some standard lip pencil that I have. This is the Rimmel Lasting Finish in Addiction. So now I'm going to go in with the lipstick. Very pretty color. Now I have a little bit of shine going on, so I'm going to go back in with my Lancome Dual Finish. Just kind of pat myself down. I'm an oily girl even though I'm almost 60. It's amazing. Well, that's my Lancome look. I think it turned out very well. Now, if you're not a subscriber, I hope you'll subscribe and just click the little bell. All that does is it notifies you of my future videos. I do 2 videos a week on makeup and skincare. Now, I always like to finish up with a little thought for the day, and I've been using this card deck, The Language of Letting Go. And I'll go ahead and choose a card, and we'll see what God in the universe wants us to concentrate on today. I'm having a little difficulty at work, so we'll see if a great card comes up. Let's do this. Oh, this is a great card. Oh my. Focusing on peace. Focusing on peace. And as I mentioned, I've got kind of a warlike situation going on at work today. So let's see what this card says. Today I will focus on a peaceful pace rather than a hurried one. I will keep moving forward gently, not frantically. I will let go of my need to be anxious and upset. Whew. And will replace these feelings with calmness and harmony. Oh my. Ladies, I don't know if you needed this card, but I need this card very badly today. The situation I'm facing at work is a little bit of a challenge, and I'm kind of angry about it, and the last thing on my mind was having peace. And this card reminds me that in the face of any difficulties, we just need to relax and let go, let God, and have peace. In the first half, I spent way too many days wasted in anger and resentment and getting churned up inside about kind of silly things. But now going forward, ladies, let's let peace and harmony reign. Let's give it to God, cast our cares, and have a fabulous second half. Take care. See you next time.